How y'all doing? My name is Ralph. I'm an Air Force retired veteran and currently a Department of Navy federal employee. I've been a federal employee since 2012, and I'm here to talk about the application process for becoming a federal employee. So first thing you have to do is get an account with USA Jobs. Once you get your account, you'll search through that site and see what job you're interested in. Once you find that position that you're interested in, you put in your information, and then at some point it will ask you for a resume. Now, your resume is what makes or breaks if you're gonna be even looked at or not. So, reason why I say that is because your resume goes to a computer system that looks at keywords. So, with that being said, look at the job position that you're applying for and look at your resume. Make sure all those keywords on that job position is in your resume. It doesn't matter how long your resume is as long as you put every detail in it. A federal resume can be 5, 10, 20 pages depending on your experience, compared to a civilian resume where it's only 1 to 2 pages, right? So make sure you put in all those keywords because it'll go through a computer system, and the computer system will be looking for those keywords before it gets to personnel on the other side of it that's going to look at it after. So it's kind of like a weeding out process. With being a veteran, you either have a 5-point preference or a 10-point preference, depending on your VA disability rating. Right. So what that necessarily means is you're going to be a preferred hire compared to a civilian. It's just how the system works. I know there's rules about active duty retirees that they can't apply for federal employment after 6 months. They have to wait 6 months to apply for federal employment, unless they need you that bad. Then there's exceptions to the rule. There's, like everything else, there's waivers, as all of us military guys know. So a lot of those guys they become DoD contractors, and then transfer over to become federal government, which most of the time they'll be doing the same thing anyway. It's just now they're under a different status. With National Guard and Reservists, though, even as a retiree, it doesn't apply to us. We can still apply for that federal employment or that position at any time. With the benefits of being National Guard or Reserves and being a federal employee at the same time is you get an extra 120 hours of leave on top of your annual leave and on top of your sick leave. So that's a great benefit because it'll help you financially with, I know as a National Guard or as a reservist, when you get out there for your 2 weeks or your 3 weeks or however long, you're worried about that next paycheck because when you just do your 2 weeks, you come back, then you got to wait another 2 weeks or 3 weeks for that paycheck from active duty. So what's great about the federal employment side is it's almost like you never left and you're still getting paid compared to a DoD contractor, which I was from 2005 to 2012. So these DoD contractors will tell you, yeah, you have 120 hours of military leave, but then when you come back to work, they take that away from your paycheck because what they do is they just subtract it from your active duty pay. Federal employment benefits don't do that. So it does help out a lot, especially when you have a family. So something to think about between the benefits of the military leave between a defense contractor and federal employment. And then also as a veteran, if you have years in service of active duty, you can buy back that time. With it depends how long you've been in, that how they'll calculate that cost. So like I said, I got hired on 2012, but I did active duty from 1999 to 2005. So what I did was I bought back my time. So instead of my start date being 2012, it became 2006. So that just added more federal service time for me, which is great because it's part of your retirement benefit, and it shortens that time. Instead of my time starting at 2012, my time starts at 2006 for my retirement time. With active duty retirees, it's different because if they want to buy back their time, they'll have to sacrifice their pension from active duty, which, you know, financially it doesn't make sense for a lot of them. So they just start uh, from zero with the federal government. So that's pretty much all I can think of. So I just talked about the application process. Make sure your resume has all those keywords because that's, again, that'll make or break whether you get looked at or not. Talked about the 5 point preferences and the 10 point preferences, and military leave, being a federal employee, and the difference between a DoD contractor. And the buying back your time part. So I hope this gives you some gist or some information of how to apply, what the process is, what the benefits are. And if you have any more questions, let me know.